I'm here with Captain Carl Smith on the Azamara quest. Thank you very much for inviting me up to the bridge to have a look around. Tell me about the Azamara quest, the stats.
If I can explain this as I would to the pilot, we're 180 metres long, 28 metres wide, and we have a draft of 5.8 metres. That's the amount of ship that's under the water. And our air draft is 42 metres. That's the height of the ship above the water. And I use lots of hand gestures so that all the pilots around the world, whether they speak English or not, understand me.
So basically, the quest is quite a small ship, relatively speaking.
In this day and age, we're quite a small ship. The perfect size, really. We get into so many little harbours around the world. And today's a perfect example. We're in Livorno. The bigger ships are parked way over there. And we're almost in the middle of town.
Yeah, which is a huge bonus to guests on board, to be able to just walk on and off the ship and, you know, either go off on excursions or explore independently. It's very, very easy getting on and off, which is fantastic.
It is. You know, I say that when we berth in places like Nice in France, that all of the signs that say Centreville, that's French for Azamara quest. We spend a lot of time in ports. We're the first ship to arrive in the mornings. We're typically the last ship to sail in the evening, sometimes 6-7 hours after everybody else leaves. Sometimes we just stay overnight.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, and here in Livorno, we actually are staying overnight.
Livorno is a lovely town in its own right, but we're here specifically for Lucca, Florence, Pisa, and you can see all three during the time we're here. And whilst we're here, we're going to have the as amazing evening with the three tenors. It's a beautiful night.
And the other interesting thing about the quest is you're not doing repetitive itineraries. Basically, you're cruising all around the world, aren't you?
There's nothing that we do which is the same cruise twice. So every single day is a different port. All of our itineraries are different.
And as a result of that, we've met quite a few passengers on board who are doing consecutive cruises because the variety is there. You can do that. You can just tack them together.
We have guests who do back to back on this ship, and quite often they could be here for 2 months without us touching the same port twice. So it's a lovely way to travel. You unpack once and you get to see a great chunk of the world without having to worry about immigration, waiting at the borders, changing your hotel. You know, your hotel moves for you.
Yeah. And what's your favourite part of the world to cruise?
That depends on the time of year.
Right.
I love Norway. I mean, I truly love Norway, but you wouldn't want to be there in January.
Right.
You know, in the middle of the summer, Norway is a beautiful place. Norway and the Baltic Sea. But then on the shoulder end of the season, you want to be in the Mediterranean. It's a lovely part of the world. There's a lot to see. It's not too hot. It's still nice weather. And then in the Northern Hemisphere winter, you don't really want to be in the Mediterranean either. So you want to be looking at, me personally, I like to head out to Asia.
Well, we should probably end on the
fist bump.
Fist bump.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.